Or I might just take the mic. Thank you very much for that warm introduction. Yeah, I was. Before I go on, I have folks up here with me who are also committed to ending this act of abortion. I'll get into that here in just a little bit, but I'd like to introduce Senator Machicki, Senator Olson, Senator Kelly. I think Senator Stoltz is over there. We're just a small part of a number of folks that, once again, want to put an end to this practice. I don't know how else to call it. Some folks have labeled it a whole bunch of things. We call it abortion because it's easier to dismiss. But I am glad to see that there's no cars out in front here like there were 2 years ago. That was a constitutional rights issue that I think goaded a whole number of us. And we vow, folks here behind me as well, we vow never let that happen again. I mean, we have rallies. I think there's a rally here tomorrow that is a pro-abortion rally. We have rallies here all the time. And to single out that event, and those folks were protesting, many of us thought was just a terrible thing. So once again, we vow never let that happen again. I was born into a world in which abortion was illegal. I can't ever recall having a conversation with my parents about abortion. Never entered my mind. And then all of a sudden, things changed on this fateful day. Before that, I was almost guaranteed that I'd come into this world the moment I was conceived. I was very fortunate I had the parents that I did, as you are. Because we all came into this world because our parents wanted us to be here. So again, I was born in a world in which abortion was illegal, was not talked about. I was born in a world where you could spank your child as a parent to discipline them. I was born in a world in where animals, dogs, cats, horses that I have, were considered animals. Flash forward to today, what happens if you spank your child? The courts intervene in many cases. What happens if you don't feed your dog in the manner your neighbor thinks you should? They call the SPCA, and you can be fined and arrested for having a skinny dog on your property. What happens if you ride your mule too hard and your neighbor doesn't like that? You'll get reported, and lo and behold, you may lose that mule and you'll be fined. What happens if you don't want your child? We help you to take care of that problem. It's a world that's been turned upside down. And for the longest time, abortion, anti-abortion, pro-life folks have been viewed as just religious zealots, religious crazy people. But lo and behold, the science is starting to catch up with some of those folks that make those claims. This is not just a religious issue, this is a human rights issue. If we're going to give rights to dogs, then trust me, I've got 3 of them. And I don't want to say we love them like our children, which we don't. We like them, and we like them around. And we have horses and we have mules, which we like to ride, and we take care of them. But they're not people. And these people we're not allowing to come into this world, they are people. And we believe they do have rights. And we're going to keep working as hard as we can, and I would dare say we're going to up the ante a little bit to do what we can to make sure that this day becomes a day of celebration, not a day of mourning. The largest war in America's history was not World War II. It wasn't the Revolutionary War, or even the Civil War. It's this war that's been ongoing since '73. 56 million casualties, innocent human beings in America, 56 million. Think for a moment the wasted opportunity, at the very least, even if you want to dismiss the fact that they're human beings, even if you want to dismiss the fact that they have rights, the wasted opportunities in that group of 56 million Americans that never saw the light of day. Not to mention the method by which they were not allowed to see the light of day, which in every country, the UN, you name it, would be considered barbaric and medieval. Yet we practice it here in America today. So I'm going to wrap up this talk because there's other speakers that are going to be a little more eloquent than myself, but I just want to let you know this isn't a photo op for myself. I'm humbled by the introduction. I think what we did was minimal to help ensure people's constitutional rights. We'll continue to do that. We'll be on alert for that. But myself and these folks behind me, we're committed to seeing an end to this barbaric practice. And I'm going to just also add one last thing. This is not just a Republican thing. This is truly a human rights issue, a bipartisan issue. I have a good friend up here. These are all friends of mine. They're all good people. I have a good friend up here that I've known since the 80s, and that's Dr. Donnie Olson from Nome, out in the Nome area, Gullivan. Dr. Olson's a Democrat. He is as pro-life, more so than most people I know. He's a medical doctor, and we're glad to have him on our team in this fight to end this awful practice that we do to our children. So I want to end up by saying, I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do. It's not easy. It's a daily struggle. And to think at the end of the day how many more people we've lost, not just in this state, but this country, it's enough to get you down. But you can't quit. I believe that we will see, and I hope soon, the end of this practice. Like I said, the science is catching up with what a lot of us have known all along. And it's my hope that the America I was born in comes the America I think we all want and we all know we can have, and that I think we can all stand proud, hopefully in a short time, when we have Americans that are conceived, folks worldwide, but Americans that are conceived that can come into this world and be assured that they can come into this world, and then we take care of them. So with that, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank these folks behind me, and I'm saddened today, but I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful, and I want to thank all of you. So thank you very much.